Greetings, this is Grinstar, and I am looking at Alligator. It's a triple filtered gate from Reason Studios, a part of the Reason thing that they have. I have been playing with it, and it's pretty fun little thing. So right now I got it bypassed up here. In the background, I've gotten Polymer for a demonstration to show what it does. That's not it doing anything right now. Like I said, it's bypassed, but I wanted to give the original sound. So let me turn it on. And you notice the volume went kind of quiet. There's this thing right here where it has a gate, a filter, and a whole bunch of things to do on each one of these lanes. Your drive, your stereo panning, phaser, I think. You got your delay, you got your pan, and you got your volume of each band. So what you're looking at is your high frequency band, your middle frequency band, and your low frequency band, your basses and stuff like that. And then you got a resolution, and so realistically, you got some lights here, and those lights are gonna go, and they're gonna do some really cool type of things to the sound. So let me turn on the pattern. And let me turn on my keyboard so you know what button I'm pressing. So right now it's a C3, D3, E3. So this takes care of the pattern of how it goes through the different filters or the different gates. Right here, this specifies what gate it's going through. So let me turn off the pattern. So if I'm pressing just the key alone. So basically it's splitting, and it's sort of passing a gate bypass. So instead of cutting off the sound, it's not allowing the sound until the gate is on, or it's bypassing until the gate's turned on. And then what it's doing is it's going through and saying, hey, I'm going to turn on the filter. You can turn it on, off, on. And then it says an LFO amount, it has a high pass frequency, it has the resonance, and it's got the envelope amount. So overall, it takes pretty much a standard sound, a standard sustained sound, like the polymer in the background, and it kind of adds rhythm to it out of the blue. Half because of the gate, half because of the filters that it has. overall, pretty cool little device. And I was thinking, hey, why don't I try to replicate it? Overall, I think the gate I misunderstood when I was thinking about this video. The gate would be kind of the hardest because basically it's doing a sort of, if you see the lights, it's sort of stepping through. And if we actually go behind the rack here and look at the lights, you can actually change using like the Matrix or some other Reason type of devices or utilities to change the pattern that it's doing. The gate pattern, and other stuff like that. The frequencies over here. So this one's on the gates and stuff like that. So you can import it, change the gate around to it however you want the gating to be. So rather than it being a trans gate of turning it off and on, though, it's kind of allowing it bypassing the filter. But once you get the split, which we can, of course, obviously do in Bitwig really easy, we got a filter that turns off and on, and then all the other parameters, the drive, the phase, or delay, the pan, and the volume, all are kind of really easy to get through. But this part of the gating is kind of interesting because basically instead of, I think we can still replicate something really interesting, to be honest. So let me close that. Let me get out of here. And let me start with the frequency splitter. Because this is kind of the unique part of this, right? And we want 3 splits. And we could probably just do this on a normal. We could probably just do this on a normal. I think there was a couple other tools, but frequency split came to mind. So we get it split now into the 3 different things. So now we want sort of a transgate type of effect. And I'm going to use the kilohertz transgate on these only because I really like the product and they're kind of really easy to use. And I'm going to put 1 on each, and that's going to give it individual style of transgating. And then from there, we can add filters. We can add other types of things to each of the things, panning. Like the tool alone will allow us to do a couple of things to it, so we can add the tools onto here. And then from there, that'll give us pan access, gain, and stereo imaging if we want. Then we could add a saturation tool maybe. Yeah, because you could barely hear that. And then, of course, since our polymer isn't doing too... The rhythm is off and different, and it allows us to get kind of unique kind of build onto it because it's just doing the highs and lows. Obviously, if I had both a high and a low going, so this probably would be really, really, really good and fun to have something on your master channel rather than just an individual instrument that goes up and down. But we're still playing around with it. So speaking of filtering, we have that relatively new Filter Plus that we can put on our channels also. And then we could have individual kind of things on this. So this one would be a low pass. Oh, I was actually looking at that. let's put that in between the tool and the transgate. So this one you can do for like a low pass style of filter. I need to collapse some of these. This one we want to be like a band pass. And then this one we want to do it before the tool. And this one we want a high pass filter because it's going to take care of our highs. Overall, pretty cool type of concept. Even not emulating it perfectly. Oh, eh. I got my self-oscillating resonance there. We could probably add a couple of cooler things like delays on there or reverbs. Overall, pretty cool concept. Still, we're playing with the polymer, and it's kind of still all the way back here at the beginning. Not too bad. So you had the frequency split, you got a lot more. Overall, pretty sweet. I like it. I like it a lot. It is pretty cool. One of the cool uses for frequency splitter out there. Like I said, there's probably another tool in there. I remember like a multi-band type of separator that I know there's one in the grid. I know there's a multi-effects multi-band type of thing you could also use instead of frequency split. I just remembered frequency split first, and it kind of does what I need to do. Plus, you can mess with the bands and stuff like that if you want. It has forward that allows you to actually add more if you want to, but using this concept overall pretty cool. I think we got the gist of it. It gives sort of not in sequence type of stuff, but it does give the rhythm style of it. It turns that long sustain into a rhythmic sustain that gives you different filter options, different delay, different other types of effects for the high, low, and medium, for the 3-band pass type of stuff, and overall gives you a pretty cool, decent sound that, aside from just a regular type of sound that you're trying to get. So if you're trying to do something different, trying to, get a little bit of change in the sound that you want without trying to go through all the complex type of effects, the multi-effects tools, this isn't that bad. It kind of reminds me of the kind of infiltrator style of adding different types of style of effects and at different types of points, or different points in the thing. Overall, I think it's a pretty cool little toy. So anyway, hope you liked the video. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. I will catch you later.